Hey there, folks. This video is going to be a little bit different from the videos I've been making recently, as a interesting development has happened in the world of D&D 5th edition by way of the new Unearthed Arcana, the first Unearthed Arcana of 2021. The Gothic Lineages Unearthed Arcana, giving us 3 new races to try out. These new races being the Vampire wannabes known as the Dampier, the Hexblood who want to have some connection to hags it seems, and the Reborn, the one that I'm closely leaning towards making a character about, which are essentially like Frankensteins and constructs used to make reanimated corpses come back to life. Nonetheless, the Dampier is a pseudo-vampire, from what it says in the PDF that was sent out, that was going to become a full-fledged vampire until something went wrong. Now, they're somewhat like Blade from the Marvel comics, where they're not fully a vampire, but also not fully a normal person that they were before. The fun part about this is all of these races you can use as a kind of pseudo-hybrid of other races, except you lose your old racial stats when you become like these new races that you will get to play. I'll get more to that towards the end of the video. Next up, we have the Hexbloods. The Hexbloods are a little bit odd to me, because it says you don't have to be connected to hags, but it kind of builds it up to where that's what you want to do, especially because you're technically a part fae, part humanoid creature. It's very weird, but it's interesting nonetheless, due to the fact that mostly it gives a couple cool unique abilities, like my favorite, the magic token, which essentially works like a pseudo-sending spell and a pseudo-find familiar, with how you're able to look through the eyes and hear the sounds of your familiar, but also being able to send messages to whoever's owning the token that you've taken off for the same amount of word limit that sending has. It's nice, even if a little bit limited. It's definitely something fun to have at level 1. Next up, we do have my favorite of this batch, which is the Reborn. Now, the PDF hints at the fact that you don't have to play as your traditional Frankenstein-style undead with this, but it also lends a lot to that, while also lending towards the idea of being like, say, certain comic book characters where they died, they had their brain stuffed into a machine and a couple other organs, and they're mostly a construct. Kind of like RoboCop. Which, hey, if you want to try and be like RoboCop, this is the race for you. I really can see these races being quite fun to play, and here are some of the mechanics listed. First and foremost, starting with the Dampier, we have Spider Climb at first level, which becomes the almost entire Spider Climb spell by the time you're 3rd level. Then you have Vampire Bite, which does 1d4 piercing, and at half health you have advantage to make the bite, and you regain all of the damage back as HP that you deal with this bite. For the Hexblood, you have Hex Magic, which gives you Disguise Self and Hex. Could have added a little bit more there, but hey, I get what they're trying to do. And Magic Token, the one I like the most, out of the Hexblood's abilities and stuff that it's trying to do. And then we have the Reborn, who have Deathless Nature, which is like a combination of abilities from the Warforged and the Elves, which I kind of like because of that, because it's kind of like this middle ground of being a construct and being like an elf even though you're undead. And they also have Knowledge of the Past, which allows them to essentially reflect on who they were before they died and get what looks like bardic inspiration back that they can apply to a role after they've rested. All of these races, however, do gain dark vision, like most races in 5th edition, but it makes the most sense here because of their Gothic lineage. I can definitely see myself playing a female hobgoblin Hexblood trying to become a hag and use a little bit of the goblin nature that she has as a hobgoblin with some of that weird hag fey magic to just spice up the play, or playing a dragonborn Dampier, this cool white scaled dragonborn who became a vampire and is out not for blood because you don't need to drink blood. Kind of like Marceline, you can drink colors and other things. I would have him drink dreams, which will be fun to do. Like he's always sneaking into people's houses just so he can eat their dreams. Or I could play a slew of female Reborn and try and live out the ideal fantasy of playing Mr. Frankenstein's wife, the Bride of Frankenstein, that I think a lot of people really love. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I can't wait to see what else they do with the Unearthed Arcana this year. I can't wait for the 2 or 3 source books that I think we're supposed to be getting this year as well. I am really excited to see where they take 5th edition in 2021. And please, like the video, subscribe, and comment. It really does help because the more you interact with the video, the more YouTube will put the video out there for more people to see, so more people can like, more people can subscribe, and it will actually financially start helping me, especially once we get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, because they don't start paying you till you reach that first threshold. So please, like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell if you want. I put out videos pretty frequently. So thank you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.